Hello, it's your girl Romix. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Have you been using Claude Skills? It was launched last year in October 2025, and I actually just tried it out a few days ago and decided to share my experience. For those who do not know what Claude Skills is, I will explain it and compare skills to other Claude capabilities. Then we will run the demo together. So every time you need Claude to, format a document a certain way, perhaps follow your company's workflow or maybe draft an email using your organization's template, you find yourself repeating the exact same instructions to Claude. Well, some use projects for this purpose, but found it not as effective as much as they would want. So this is where Claude Skills comes in. Instead of re-explaining your entire process each time, you package those instructions once. And after that, Claude applies them automatically whenever the task requires it. So what is Claude Skill really? Skills are folders of instructions, scripts, and resources that Claude loads dynamically to improve performance on some specialized tasks. So when you ask Claude to do something, it reveals the skills that are available and it determines which ones are relevant to your request and loads only the information it needs to complete that task. So Claude does not load everything at once and overwhelm its context window. It picks what matters for the job at hand. Currently, it works across all Claude plans. Initially, it was just for paid plans, but now you can use it, although you may probably max out your token before you're done with getting useful information. So, the whole point is to make Claude and do your tasks the same way every time without you having to reteach it. There are different types of skills. We have anthropic skills, which are created and maintained by Anthropic. Then custom skills, which you or your organization create for specialized workflows and domain specific tasks. Then partner skills, which are professionally built by partners like Notion, Figma, Canva, right? To enable internal workflows with their tools. And they are specially designed to work with their respective MCP connectors. So go to your profile icon in Claude, click on settings and scroll down towards the end of the list. You will see a section called capabilities. Scroll down until you get to the skills section. Click on example skills. Claude comes with several built-in skills and you will see each individual one as you scroll down. Toggle on skill creator, theme factory, canvas design, and any other ones you need. Now let's go back to the chat. Click on the chat button. Let me give you an example. Paste in a request for Claude to create a PowerPoint presentation. Ask for a good looking PowerPoint deck on a specific topic. I'll put mine in now. So Claude recognizes PowerPoint creation as a skill. It reads the skill file to understand how to execute that skill. The skill file guides Claude through a set of steps and a set of tools to use to create the PowerPoint deck. This is going to take a few minutes, so we'll come back to it. Now, let me tell you what is happening behind the scenes. Claude is following the instruction in the skill file, applying design principles, structuring the slides, and generating the content. You can see its thought process. Let me scroll. So, reading the PowerPoint skill documentation and the next one, you can see it's also reading the PPTX JS guide. Then, when it's done, it shares its design choices with you. The first attempt at the deck might not be fantastic, but it's honestly a decent first attempt. For the first run, Claude made the design choices for you. Okay, now say you want to make some edits. You prompt Claude with something like this: make a new theme. I want this specific colors and patterns, and I want, say, my brand's primary colors to be there. So Claude goes to the scale you turned on earlier. That's the theme factory. So you can create a theme that it applies to the PowerPoint deck. So basically, Claude looks at your prompt to see if a skill can handle it. Once it identifies that skill, it follows that skill's instruction. So can you see now? Well, this looks good, honestly, don't you think? It has my colors. Yeah, it looks good. Now let me show you how to create your own skill. Go back to Claude and start a new chat by clicking on the chat button. Remember that skill creator we turned on at the beginning? Now it is time to use it. Enter into the prompt box, make a new skill, and press enter. After a few seconds, Claude will read its skill creator guide and then ask you questions to create your own skill. The questions differ every time you run the skill. So answer the questions. But before you submit, make sure Claude has enough information. You can add something like, what else should I clarify to your answer before submitting? If you do not ask this, the quality of your skill may actually suffer. Claude will ask a few follow up questions. You need to answer them, and then Claude should start building this skill for you. After a couple of seconds, it confirms it has everything it needs. So let me show you what it comes up with. In about some seconds, it creates a skill file. So let me show you. So to install the skill, follow these steps. First, you need to download the file. Then go back to your settings by clicking on your profile icon. Click on settings, then click on capabilities, and finally scroll down to the skills section. Click the upload skills button. Take the file you just downloaded and drag and drop the file into the skills upload pane. After a few seconds, you should see that the skill uploaded successfully. Now, let me put it to test. Just watch. I will open up a new chat by clicking on the plus button. Then I will type in my prompt and click the submit button. This time, Claude finds our new skill and starts executing it. So it gives us its recommendation. Let me show you what it came up with. You can look at its process as I scroll down, but here is the actual result. Down below, can you see it? We have a couple of sections here. Most times, you will not be satisfied with the skill's result on the first try. So let me show you how to modify a skill. Click the button on the top left to open up the sidebar, then go back to the chart where you created the skill. To make a modification, just ask Claude for your update. What if I want to add a separate section for this and that? Claude will process that and update the skill. When it is done, you can download the skill and re-upload it using the process I shared earlier. Now, let me show you the third way to use skills, which is connecting them to external tools using MCP. Skills can call MCP servers, which means Claude can interact with other apps like Outlook, Gmail, or CRM tools like Salesforce. So I'm going to give you an example. You have an MCP server for Canva, and then Claude can pull data or assets directly from Canva and help you generate designs or summaries based on what's in your workspace. So with a skill, you could even automate routine design tasks or have Claude prepare drafts for you. Let me show you how to connect your app with skills. We will build a skill that searches for specific emails, analyzes them, and creates sample response. So first, you need to connect Claude to your Gmail account. Click the search and tool icon. It is second to the left on the prompt box. Toggle on Gmail search. And you can also click on manage connectors to connect your Gmail, Canva, and others that you want to connect. I have already connected mine. And please always consider privacy and security. Do not add an email account that contain sensitive mails you don't want to expose. So click continue and follow the prompts until you connect your account. If you did it right, you will see that it has successfully connected to Gmail on the top right. In the prompt box, you can ask Claude any questions about what is in your email. For example, any email labeled high priority in inbox. Claude will go find the answer. But let's create a sample skill. So one more time, let me ask Claude to make a new skill. So type make a new skill in the prompt box and then and press enter. The question it's asked this time are slightly different. You know how to answer these questions already by now, based on the last section. So let me skip ahead to install the skill. I've just finished installing the skill. Let me test it out in the new chat. I will type in the trigger word for this skill, which is Gmail support email drafter. I'm going to tell you to pull out Skywork related email and draft an inquiry email to their support team. So let me give it a few minutes to do its job. You can see it reads the skill, searches through my messages, and with all the information it has, it's trying to pull out the related email and also draft sample responses or inquiry emails to their support team. Before we wrap up here, I have one last tip to show you, and it has to do with the trigger word for your skill. If you notice that I kept adding the name of the skill, to my prompt. So it's possible to have a situation where Claude will not find your skill. In my testing, Claude has a higher chance of finding the skill if I use the skill name in the prompt directly. So consider that if you start having issues with getting an accurate match, if your skill is called, say, email summarizer, mention it. If it is called um, building case study, then mention it in your prompt. This actually increases the likelihood that Claude will recognize and load that skill. So let me give you one more example to clarify how powerful this is. Say you work in a marketing team and your team has a specific format for campaign reports. The report needs to include campaign objectives, targets, audience breakdown, performance metrics in a specific order, budget allocation, and the rest. Every time someone on your team asks Claude to create a campaign report, they have to explain this entire structure. With skills, you create a campaign report skill once. You define the structure, the sections, the order, and formatting, and all of that. From that point forward, anyone on your team can ask Claude to create a campaign report, and Claude will load that skill and format and follow the format. So if you haven't been using Claude skills, try it soon. See if you notice higher quality result from Claude when you use it for writing, research, automations, content creation, even client work, design projects, proposal, marketing, and so on. And please let me know in the comments.